Here we go. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Tim. We're back in the shop. We're always in the shop. No matter how cold or hot it is, we're in the shop. Although I'd rather have the doors open, it's doable. We got heaters running and wood stove burning. We're getting the motor back in. You seen last episode, me and old Jenny, we struggled. We got her in there, though. She's bolted up. We're just going through the list, tightening everything up. We got a new starter on. We just got to tighten down the connections, make sure it's good. Hit the key a few times, see if we need any shims. We got 3 shims here. 2 thin ones and a thick one. No shim is the best shim, but if you need to shim it, at least we got them. So we got the header on that side. We'll show you that here in a minute. Header, spark plugs. We just got to run the wires. I got a new distributor cap because the connections under mine didn't look that good. So I don't know if that old distributor had a problem. This is a new distributor that we bought when we were broke down. It's never been used. It's only been in this engine. I put it in that day. The teeth about sheared off. And when we brought it in here, it did fire up. So I'm going to use the coil. And I got a new Excel cap and rotor button there for it. We got it pointing towards number 1. We're on top dead center. So it should be in the neighborhood, the ballpark to fire up. So I'm going to put the phone down, turn some heat on, get this other header on. They're real easy to bolt on. This is the easiest motor to work on. I just got to go through and double check everything, make sure everything's tight. It's cloudy in here because we're running heaters. So we're sorry about that. But that's it. Just keeping on with the hot rod, just putting it back together. This is probably about a clutch and flywheel and starter. Flywheel was 125, starter was 85, so 210, and then the clutch was 150 plus tax. So we're up in like 370, $400 mistake. But we will have new parts. We got a Jegs flywheel, and we got a lifetime guaranteed starter at my local Advanced. I'm going to start buying everything from one place. Instead of just going wherever, I'm going to Advanced Auto in Lebanon over and over. That way I know where everything's warranted through and everything's good to go. They're knowledgeable people. So that's what I'm doing. Let's get this other header on and let's get this project behind us, get it ready for next year. Should be good to go. Another year. Transmission's making a little noise, leaking a little fluid, but as long as we keep fluid, good oil in it, it should last. So here we go. All right, here we are with a new distributor cap. I just made a whole video on how to change the distributor cap coil, and I wasn't filming, so I made that mistake. But anyways, we have a brand new distributor cap, and we took our old distributor cap. It had some wear in there on the connecting points that I didn't like, so we are going to put this on, and it's got a brand new rotor in there. We converted our coil from our old cap that we think is wore out. That's a brand new, and put it on this cap. So we're about ready to stick it on there. We're getting close, folks. We're getting close. Sometimes I find it's easier to plug this plug in here before you install it. That way you make sure it gets on there good. Now your distributor's got a key on the housing and on the base, and it only fits on there one way. So about all distributors I've ever seen are that way. Okay, we're getting there. All right, we got to put plugs in this motor, get plug wires on it, plug in our coil and our tack, check for fuel leaks, listen to the starter before we put the fire to it, and see how it sounds, see if they're meshing together good. And when we do those first few startups, crankovers, we'll listen to the timing listen for backfires, see if we're above or below where we want to be. I know that distributor's not tight, and I gotta find a vacuum line. I lost my vacuum line somewhere. So we'll be back. All right, I think we got about everything hooked up. We don't have any power steering fluid in it. We don't have any coolant in it, but we should be able to hook the battery up and see if it fires up. Let's see if I can get in here. Bear with me. Let's see. Sounds like we got fuel. All right, we got Dick Banjo back together, running, firing up. Sounds good. Sat here and idled earlier. I got antifreeze in it. Strong antifreeze this time. Way too strong. I need to add a little water probably to it. But she's sitting here. She ain't leaking. The clutch works. Everything's good. But we're not going to kick it out of the garage just yet. When I took the tires off is when the old boy really turned his back on me, I guess. I don't know. So all of this happened when I took those boggers off. So we're just going to throw them back on. We got a good idea of what to do here. We needed them for this to get an eyeball and a reference and a visual. And I got some other 38.5s if I do need to see some more. So we're going to, it warmed up here a little bit today, but it's like cold. It's like 30 maybe. So we're going to get these boggers put back on, get all the lug nuts back on, put him back the way he was. I got other plans for this, so that's what we're doing. Get these on, and then I'll shut the door, try to warm it up in here, try to get back to work on the big dog. Dang, it's bright out. Should have worn my sunglasses. That's going to wrap it up for Dick Banjo. It's back together. No leaks. It's probably running. Put new plugs, new wires, new distributor cap. It had a bad stumble in it before off of idle. I always figured it was a carburetor, which it probably still is. Or maybe that carburetor had some junk in it that got moved around, but she's running really good. Just driving around the field a little bit. It's nice out here today. That's the end of Dick Banjo, but that's not the end of this video. We're going to go back and get some work done. So thanks for watching that part. What's going on, everybody? It's Tim. We're back in the garage. You just seen us finish up Dick Banjo. That was unexpected, but you got to stay on top of it. I really didn't expect to pull the motor, put a new clutch in it, put a new flywheel in it, and all that stuff. But that's the backbone of our company. So let's keep that guy running. You never know when you might want to load up and head south or go somewhere else. We're free spirits, so Just because we ain't at one place don't mean we won't show up at another. So anyways, that was a lot of stuff in my garage. I only got a 30 by 30. I know a lot of people say it looks bigger, but it's 30 by 30. So, you know, you get a car in here and you got enough room for tools and a workbench. But if you get Dick Banjo in here and you get a 25-foot behemoth in here, it takes up a lot of room. And I had those boggers on this frame, so it really squeezed me out. So this feels like a 100-footer right now. Let's do an update on the yellow truck, because sometimes people it might be your first video and you just don't really know what's going on. So we're planning on going on power tour because we've been 2 years in a row, and I'll be honest with you, it was convenient those first 2 years. The 1 year was started like it was in Nashville, Bowling Green, National Trail, which is right by our exit, and then Indy, which is only 2.5 hours away. So that was good. And then we were hooked. So then we went the next year, which was last year, and it started in Indy and it ended in Norwalk, and that was good. We had a good time. We keep meeting more and more people, and we keep having a better time. So we say, let's build a vehicle to go again. So we didn't really know what to build. Friend of ours, Cody Kirby, had this on Facebook Marketplace, and he wanted to keep what was under, and I wanted what was above. And the only reason I really wanted it was because of the shape that it's in. It's rust-free. The doors are good. The glass is good. There's one crack in the windshield. We got to baby that. But where we live in Ohio, southwest Ohio, stuff's rusty. So this thing came from Oregon. So that's a bonus. I guess. I don't know. I think of this trip it made. Did they drive it or did they tow it? You know, if they towed it, somebody spent a couple grand to get it across the country. If they drove it, somebody spent a couple grand to get it across the country. So either way, you know, that's pretty neat. So what we had was a motorhome sitting out back with a 454 400 in it. And then we had a 454 from doing the LS swap in that dually. And I had a 400 from a motorhome I took apart a while back. So I was just driving along one day thinking, how can I top Dick Banjo? So I just came up with this idea. I don't really know. No one influences me. I just came up with it on my own. And it is a great usage of parts. Not a great, but it is an absolute usage of parts. Like I thought I had a lot of stuff, but I'm going through it, you know, when there's two of everything. So I had headers. I had two intakes, but they didn't match the motor, so I had to buy two new intakes. So then I bought 4 valve covers. Then I had to I bought nice Moroso valve cover hold downs. You can see those back there, studs with nuts, new gaskets, all new plugs, new header gaskets. So where we stand is both engines have oil filters. The distributors are in both engines and they're not clamped down. So that's about, we got the headers on with the exhaust on and exhaust gaskets on, and we're ready for plug wires. So I need 2 sets of plug wires with nice 45 degree boots. It'll cause me a lot of headaches if I don't do it that way. So that's what I want to do. And I'm going to get those coming. And then I got to put a flywheel in this motor. I don't have torque converters in them because I'm going to run some sort of stall. I want to be able to wick the tires and do a burnout, but not burn it up going down the road. So I'm probably going to run somewhere like a 2500 stall, just like a $300 converter. I got to buy 2. Then I got to do tranny lines. So I know one transmission is cooked. The one on the other side is fluid was black, looked like coffee, non-filtered. It's cooked. So we're going to have that one rebuilt. This would be a good time for me to learn myself, but I have a friend who does it, Larry Creech. He helps me with parts and stuff. Maybe we film him doing it or something. You know, I need to learn. Maybe I just go there and learn and not film anything. But anyway, so that's where we're at with that. We're going to start mocking up drive shafts. I'm not going to go crazy offsetting rear ends because I'm just going to put it together the way it is. And I think my angles will be fine. I think we'll work it all out. There's going to be some working angles. But, man, like, we drove Dick Banjo all over last year and maybe put 4,000 or 5,000 miles on it. That's not a lot of miles on parts. So if the U-joints do wear out, what are they going to wear out at, like 15, 20,000? Like, That's a couple years. So anyways, Power Tour was announced, and it starts on Route 66 in Illinois, where we was at last year. Route 66 Speedway. There's a NASCAR track there, Joliet. So that's where it starts, and it's going to end up in Tulsa. We're going to take Route 66 on their route. I don't know exactly what that is. My son wants to go, and he wants to take his friends, so that we might have to take two. Well, if they go, which I won't not take them, we're going to have to take 2 vehicles. So that might be good anyway to have a support vehicle. But man, it's almost 900 miles home. So this, the plan always was it starts where it ended. So we thought, well, it'll start in Norwalk, 3 hours away. And then we will just follow the route. And no, going out. I've never been that far. So we got to make it run. And I guess if I have 2 engines and 2 transmissions, I have double the chances of making it. I just figured. So anyways, that's what we're doing. We got modern suspension under the front, IFS, shocks, steering, stock steering still hooked up. We got to go through that. There's going to be a major modification to the steering, but the stock steering will remain on the frame and to the gearbox. None of that will change. So we have great geometry going down the road. The only thing that's going to change is the A to B connection, because the steering box is back here and the steering column's up here. We'll get to that later. So the motors are in, they're oiled up. We're going to pull the transmission off this, throw the flywheel on, put the transmission back on so we can fire this engine. No torque converter. We don't want to spin the pump. That transmission over there, that motor has a flywheel, no torque converter, so that motor could be started. The goal is to start getting these things closer to running. So once we get them closer to running, then that really accelerates the program for me, if you know what I mean. We got to figure out some things, okay? I'm going to have to run 2 batteries. I might run more than that. Just depends how many winches we have and stuff. We have a huge bay down here. My mistake I made on Dick Banjo is I was building it for a build-off, cheap as possible. For a 50-mile cruise, I put a 11-gallon fuel cell in it. It only go about 45 to 50 miles on the dot, and it runs out of gas. We don't want this to be a problem, so I need 2 radiators, 2 separate radiators. I need them to stand alone. I don't need one to affect the other. One engine will run without messing up the other one, you know what I mean? So we're going to get with a local guy we met this past summer, Woody's Radiator in Dayton, and I'm going to build a cardboard template, okay? I'm going to get in here and I'm going to build a cardboard box, and then I'm going to build a second little box, and I want basically the radiators to they will be close and touching, but we'll have the outlets and inlets to where they're not in each other's way. Maybe one's a little bigger than the other. I'll figure that out. But what I'm going to do is build a box bigger than what I think the radiators should be. And I'm going to say, Woody, this size of this box represents all the space you've got, okay? And then we'll have sides where we can, metal where we can mount to the radiators. Those I want to be up in there. That's not really something that I should have to access. I may have a panel inside to fill them or something like that. Or maybe we have a high point back here where we actually fill them from back here. That's actually a good idea, is to fill them off of the intake. I hear him yelling for Otis. Fill them off the intake. That's why it'll be the high point anyway. We'll just have a water neck with a cap right here. Pressurize it here. And then he can build me a radiator with just inlets, outlets, and probably won't even need no petcocks. We're going to squeeze those up in there. And then we're going to squeeze a fuel cell right here. As much room as I can get a fuel cell in there. Minimum 20 gallon. I'd like to go 30. I have thought about a Suburban tank. I don't know if it'll fit in there. If a Chevy Suburban tank will fit in there, I might do that. And then take this stock cross member out because we are welded. And then that'll gain me 6 or 8 inches there, so where I can get more room in there. Batteries can go anywhere, but there's dead space up in here. This is all dead inside, and in there, we can make access panels anywhere we want. We could actually put the batteries inside where there's no batteries exposed. I got an idea for an overhead rack with fold-out canopies. We've been welding gussets. People say, there's frame experts, welding experts. You can't just butt weld them. They're butt welded, weld on both sides. It's a C 6-inch channel, C channel. Here's what we got. First look at your suspension here. First look, piece and grease. Okay, so everybody gets wrapped up in these 4-link kits. Let me explain to you why I'm not buying 4-link kit, okay? I looked and pondered for days, and I looked at 4-link kits, and most 4-link kits are for half-ton stuff with small joints, half-inch bolts, half-inch joints, whatever. They're small. They're too small for what I wanted. I'm talking fast so I don't bore you. So I got online, and I found this place that made 3-foot bars, 36-inch ladder bars, big joints. I was going to spend the money. I got in there. I went to check out. It was $800 per kit. That was expensive. And then it was going to be $200 per kit shipping. That was expensive. That was going to be $400 shipping. And then it was going to be California tax, whatever that was. So I was going to be over $2,000. And that didn't include airbags, airbag brackets, nothing. That just was 2 sets of parallel 4-link, okay? So parallel 4-link is one way, triangulated 4-link's one way, leaf springs locate the axle on most factory applications that had leaf springs. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw it back a little bit, and we are going to do the same thing. I have 2 14-bolt Chevy axles with the same spring pad width, and the same axle, although they're 10, 15 years apart difference, they still maintain all the same parts. Absolute endless aftermarket 3 pinion bearings. We're going to disc brake them. We're going to do all that. So my plan is to have my axles lift and lower, lift and lower. Everybody's like, you can't run 2 engines at once. They got to be touching. They got to be married. They got to be kissing, docked up. It'll never work, Tim. That's what they tell me. So one axle will raise, either or. And then we will drive on whichever one we want, the healthiest engine available. When we do get in town, or when we do a parade, or when we do a car show, we will run them together. Fire it up, put them in drive, run them together. I got tricks in my head of how to make that work. It's just vacuum. We'll probably put manual valve bodies in this. The trickiest part of this whole build will be 2 shifters side by side. That's not cumbersome. I'm trying to think of ways to build rod ends with turnbuckles and make that look good. Although one's on this side and the other's in the middle. How could I have 2 homemade shifters built with rod ends, nice joints going in? Or do I buy 2 quarter sticks at $350 a piece, and then get 2 long cables at $100 a piece and have $1,000 in shifters? So those are the things I haven't completely engineered all the way out yet. But what I do know is I can keep moving forward and figure out what I can figure out. And what I can figure out is I need this engine to run. I need that engine to run. I need to start going through my scrap pile and getting Hydro Boost mounted on here. See what I got. I got to make power steering. I got to make Hydro Boost for the stock brake, master cylinder, and the gearbox. That's what we're doing. Okay, back to this weird suspension. Single up front, okay? Those are 1.25" heim joints. Those are overkill. Those are big heim joints. That is trailer hitch tubing, okay? That's what, let me show you. It's not square tubing. And this is not cleaned up, but okay, that's thick wall, at least that's quarter wall tubing, rounded edge, trailer hitch tubing. I don't know what that's rated for, 3,500 pounds, whatever, per each. So I have welded those on. Those joints fit in that tubing perfect, and you can reach in the 4 corners, weld those in, work rosette your way out, turn it, and then beat them in, okay? That's never coming apart. The thread will rip out before that weld will break. So what we're going to do is plumb bob center this front axle. And I had measuring points here on the frame. I know I'm doing a lot of talking. If you weren't interested, you already turned it off. But if you are interested, hopefully I'm explaining a lot. I have these measuring points here, but with the motors in the way, I can't use them. So I'm going to use my front A-arms as my new measuring point. I'm going to get down there, clean me up a spot, weld me a little tab to where a tape measure can tag onto that front A-arm, pull back to this front axle on each side. Okay, everything else may not be straight, but if I get A-arm to rear axle straight, each side, it'll go down the road straight. And then I can measure my rear axle, second axle off of the front axle. So we're going to have indestructible mounts here, world's greatest. Going back, these bags are what I have laying around. They don't represent what I'm going to use. I may use these bags on the bottom if they provide enough lift. But we're going to have probably use horn blasters. And we got our new intercoat banner up. We're going to use a bag on top and bottom, okay? We're using long bars to make it ride better. Oh, it's going to ride like that. It's going to go down the road and float. We're going to do the same back here. I got to go get some more material, and I got to get my bags coming. We're going to make them long. The suspension part's going to be in the back. See that? But Tim, it'll move side to side. Okay, we're using the stock clamping location of your leaf springs, which will dial in the pinion. We're going to dial that in tight. We're going to put this anchor point and that anchor point exactly in a parallel line. And then our bags will work off of that line, up and down, up and down. So that's what I'm doing. Don't know if it'll work, but I know I'll drive it. So that's what's going on. To follow up with that, because I have drive shafts coming through there, I'm going to have some form of triangulation. This would probably, I have this kind of set up on the front of Dick Banjo, but with a spring out front. This would probably be enough with a pan hard bar, but we want it to be twice as good as it should be. So we're going to build using the same material. We're going to build a triangulated section off of the bottoms, okay? We got room right there off the bottom, right next to the pumpkin, where we can mount 2 brackets on each side, and then we can triangulate a wishbone suspension piece up to one common mount in the front, and or they'll go out to the frame if we can get them at enough triangulation. But if we can't get them at enough triangulation, we'll wishbone them. And that wishbone will be on the same parallel algorithm as the other bars, okay? So it'll all go down, and our pan hard bar will be perfectly straight across. So when we cycle through our height, it don't move the axle side to side. Should make sense. We got the boom coming along. It's homemade. It's meant to look like this. I don't need a Holmes. I don't need none of that. This is going to be, check this out, man. I built this for nothing. There's going to be these series on the back, okay? So there's going to be from here down beside the drive shaft. There'll be series 45s. There's going to be an overhead canopy that'll make more sense later. That's 3 sections, a middle section and 2 sections that fold out, where we can have shade, we can have canopies, we could camp under it, we could hang merch from it, whatever we want to do. That's it, man. That's it. We're busting it. So follow along, keep following along, like, share, and subscribe, and you'll see this thing done, hitting the pavement. We're trying to go have it. It's going to be definitely at our show. We're going to try to take it to Petersville, show it off a few times, market it, get it out there. That's it, man. That's our plan. We're cowboys, and that's the steel horse I ride. So you'll see us out there, boys, 2026. Thank you.
Our captain gave me this gift, and I can't wait to see what's in it.
Let's open it up.
Which side did you open it?
This flips open.
I know what it is.
Oh man, Wyatt says he thinks he knows what it is. What is it?
Art stuff.
It's welding gloves and a welding apron and a welding coat. Let's put this stuff on and see how you look.
Okay.
Say thank you, Art Captain.
Thank you, Art Captain. Thank you. I really like the outfit you made for me.
He really loves it. This is awesome. Look at his little welding apron and a nice welding jacket and these awesome welding gloves. He's all set to go now, you guys, from Art Captain. Thank you so much. Do you love it, Sammy? You ready to get some metal work done? Are you a fabricator now? Yes.
What's a fabricator?
Building stuff with metal.
Yes.